Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Check the Post Nebraska Nation brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Monday morning. A deep breath and a good week, too, as you get ready for this fine week in the great state of Nebraska or wherever you root for the Big Red from, wherever you're located. Now, I'm going to talk about our starting quarterback for this upcoming fall, Adrian Martinez. Normally, I'd be sitting here talking about, hey, we need to have a quarterback battle. We need to push each other, things of that nature. I think it's pretty clear, if you watch this spring, who the best quarterback that the Huskers have so far on the roster. And that's Adrian Martinez, not even so far, but the best quarterback on the roster is Adrian Martinez. There can be good things, because now he can be the leader. He can be the captain. He can take control, all right, as the quarterback of this offense and this team. There's advantages to however you want to do the quarterback position. If you're the clear-cut guy, it makes it easier to take that leadership role. And that's something I'm looking forward to seeing Adrian do this year. Now, like it or not, there's a lot of pressure on the quarterback position. And Adrian's never wavered one way or the other. He's never been down. He's always been very, very positive, very, very confident, very, very strong. Okay, even when Luke McCaffrey started last year, he was getting the players excited, talking about it's not me, it's not Luke, it's not about us, it's about the team and winning. That's the type of guy that I'm a big fan of. Now, his play on the field, let's chat about that because he's going to have a big impact. Just the quarterback role has a huge impact on how a football team plays, and the offense in particular. And I know I'm shocking you with that one, but let's look at some of his stats here. All right, you go back to the past couple of years. Okay, he has 14 touchdowns, 12 interceptions the last two seasons. Obviously, he's got to take care of the ball a little bit better. But you go back to his freshman season, I think he looks leaner, he looks faster. Okay, hopefully he's able to make quicker decisions, things of that nature, and he can harken back to his freshman season when he kind of set the Big Ten on fire just a smidge. All right, so his freshman season, he had 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and he completed 64.6% of his passes. All right, this past year, all right, he actually completed more. I haven't heard many people mention this. He actually completed a higher percentage of his passes, 71.5% of his passes. Now, his freshman year, his yards per attempt was greater than it was a season ago. Okay, he averaged 7.5 yards per attempt. And I've talked about how passes greater than 10 yards down the field, the stats aren't great from a season ago. Okay, part of that's on the quarterback, part of it's receivers, running backs, and the entire offense as a whole. I don't want to go through all those stats again. I don't think it's necessary. But here's what I will say. I think the addition of Samori Toure, Omar Manning, I think those guys are potential legit receiving threats. FCS All-American, number one JUCO wide receiver in the country. We've got other athletes, other speed guys at wide receiver who can stretch the field vertically. So I think he's going to have better weapons this year as an overall whole, but the offensive line, which looks the part, I will tell you what, they look the part. He's got to block better, got to protect him better. We also got to open up holes in the running game a little bit better, like they did in the Rutgers game, like they did at times in the spring game. Okay, if we can give Adrian more time, obviously he's going to be able to complete deeper balls. I mean, this isn't, rocket science here. If we can keep the defense off balanced with a better running game, so if we can be more balanced, keep the defense off balance, it makes it easier, especially on play action passes, to try to hit that deep ball. Okay. Now, you look at the running game, because I did mention, and it's been mentioned 42,984 million times, Adrian looks faster, quicker, lighter this spring. Rush yards as a freshman, 140 attempts, 629 rush yards, he averaged 4.5 yards per carry. Last year, he had 91 attempts. It was only 8 games. He didn't play in all those. Okay. He had 521 rush yards. Actually, averaged more yards per carry at 5.7 yards per carry. Okay, so if he can be lighter, quicker, faster, keep that average yards per carry up, complete the ball, farther downfield, yards per attempt go up a little bit, keep that completion percentage. I mean, if you're throwing deeper balls, the completion percentage might go down a smidge, but keep it in the mid to high 60s at least. This offense can run smoother and more efficiently. Okay, now the position he plays obviously has a larger role in the outcome of games, probably more often than not to just about any other position, at least on the offensive side of the ball. And I think people forget how hard the quarterback position is to play. There's 32 quarterbacks on any given Sunday in the NFL that start. That's out of 8 billion people on planet Earth. Okay, let's say half are men, 4 billion. Let's say half don't give a crap about football. That's 2 billion. Just to be safe, let's say 32 out of 1 billion. And only about 16 out of those 32 are considered good. Maybe 8 are considered really good. Maybe 4 are considered elite. That's out of 1 billion people. And that's me rounding down, ladies and gentlemen. It's a hard position to play. Kind of like hitting a fastball versus a curveball versus a slider in the major leagues. Probably the 2 hardest things to do. Obviously, we're talking about the NFL there, pro sports, but you're picking up what I'm putting down. It correlates over to how challenging it is in collegiate sports. Too often, quarterbacks get too much credit when they win, too much blame when they lose. but sometimes it's spot on because there's a lot of impact, a lot of pressure on the quarterback position. And that's where I'm a big fan of Adrian. You have never seen him get too high, too low. He's very even-keeled after everything he's been through. He's never wavered. He just graduated after 3.5 years this past spring. Graduated, got his degree. People root for him. We have no real backup quarterback, like clear-cut backup to speak of. So Adrian's the man. We know that. His character has never wavered. People root for him. How he plays will have a big impact. I can't wait to see how that unfolds because he's looked good this spring. Let's see how that carries over to the fall. Go big, red, and always remember, throw the ball. Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.